So first thing that I do is I look to validate my harmonic pattern, okay? So what does that mean? Is I want to check for the first, second, or third opening candle to close in the direction of the trade. What do I mean here, guys? Okay, let's zoom in. Okay, this thing just refreshed on me. Let's go back here. Oh snap, this thing refreshed everything. All right, let me bring this. Now I got to bring it back up just real quickly, just because I want you guys to get the visual of how this is supposed to look here. Just so we can keep everything together. Give me 1 second, let me put this back up. A little unfortunate. Give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're good to go. Let me edit this really, really quick, guys. Okay. Let me edit this quickly, and then we'll get right back to it. Right? Because I want you guys to get used to the visual appeal of how it. Oh my goodness, my thing keeps refreshing on me. No bueno. All right, give me 1 second. Let's put this back again. All right, very good. Let's try this again. Okay, and I use this 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I have another secret to the Bollinger Band, and I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. And it's really, guys, I'm telling you, it's quite a little trick. That's why I want to keep this thing on here, just so I can show you guys. Okay, so we'll the background. Bring this back to 50. Okay. 53. Just bring this back up. Okay. A few more times. Let's get this going right over here, guys. We got 3.5 now. Okay. And 4. All right. Okay. Fantastic. All righty. Let's bring up MACDs back up just so they stay here. MACDs are good at all time frames. Alrighty, we are back in the money. Alrighty. Now, what do I mean by the first, second, or third candle has to close in the direction of the trade, okay? Why? Is because, guys, the harmonic scanner trade, they're subjective, okay? So you want the pattern to be able to complete, okay? You need the pattern to complete, because if you get it in at this D point and then the market pushes down, and if it keeps pushing down, you know, then you're going to be stuck, you know, in a situation you don't want to be in. There's no reason for us to risk. So what I like to do, the first thing that I like to do is, you see how this D candle completed right over here, right? See how this D candle completed? Okay, let's put this vertical line. Boom, this D candle completed. Okay, so now what I'm looking for is, I'm looking for the first opening candle. I'm looking for this candle to close, and this is the reason why I like big harmonic patterns. I don't like the little harmonic patterns, because you don't have enough time to get into the trade. Okay, so once this candle closes, if I see this first pattern with the deviation, with the divergence, if I see this candle closed and then the market is going in my direction, okay, and we're breaking this entry line, okay, that's giving me good reason to say, hey, this pattern is absolutely, this pattern is good. Now, the second thing that I do over here, okay, is I like to check for market structure. Okay, this is, you know, market structure 101, which is why I recommend you guys to go through technical analysis support course on IML. Okay, so I like to check for support and resistance levels. I like to check for trend bounces, or I like to check if price is at the high or low of a channel. Okay, so let's do that quickly. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out, and if you look here, you see price was coming up and it broke into this new fresh zone. Price came and broke into this new fresh zone, and price started holding this low here. So this acted as a relatively strong support. Now you see our other entry is right down here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here. Okay? I'm going to get my rectangle, okay? And I'm going to look for the break in the new zone, okay? So this was the last low, and this was the first break up, okay? So basically right in between, right here, I usually like to do this on TradingView, but we're just gonna keep it on this website for now, okay? And I like to put our support and resistance zone right over here, okay? I want you guys to check this out, okay? Sometimes we have these things and then they're so. Let's put this back up. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. So you see how price came, it pushed up, okay, failed, and then we seen a break and a retest of this zone, a break and a retest, and it created that new high where price started respecting. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create my zone. Okay. There goes the first push up when price pushed into the zone, and then there goes the last low where price ended up holding it. Okay? So if I go ahead and I push this out, this is my support and my resistance zone. So I'm looking for price to basically be at a support and resistance zone. Why am I looking for price to be at a support and resistance zone? Well, because, you know, Forex 101 states that when the market is low, you want to buy it. When the market is high, you want to sell it. So look at our trading zone, okay? Here goes our support and our resistance zone. And this is where I love to trade harmonics when I see these setups right here, okay? Because we're in a support zone. The harmonic is confirming the support. You know, we're in a fresh zone, and we can potentially take it all the way back up to the high. Okay, so that's some nice market structure. Now, what's the next thing I like to see? I usually like to see a trend bounce. Now, you won't always get a trend bounce, and you won't always get the high of a low of a channel. But if you do, what that does is that creates very good confluence in the market. Okay, it creates very, very good confluence in the market, meaning, there's no way that this thing keeps refreshing my page. Give me 1 second. Okay, we're just going to leave it blank, and we're just going to follow through with this, okay? Okay. Now, the second thing that I like to see is some type of trend bounce. Now, here, if you look here, there was a really sharp corrective move, and then the market started consolidating. So obviously, we're in some type of corrective wave. But typically, what I would do is I like to draw my trend line up like this, okay? I like to draw my trend line up like this. And then if we see, let me come back over here. Let's bring this back out. Okay. If you guys see here, the market has a X basically marks the spot. The market has a way of respecting confluence in the market. And another way that I like to look at this is basically stating that like this. When you're looking for trend bounces, you have trend traders. Then you also have range traders. So you have people that are looking to buy at support levels. You have people that are looking to buy at trend bounces, right? So if we end up cloning this and we end up making a channel and we bring the channel to the high, right? Just to show you guys some quick techniques and tactics, okay? Let's clone this up here. Okay, if we use the zone, you'll see the market has a tendency to pretty much respect whenever you see this cross here, because now you basically have, you know, 2 times the eyes. Okay, because anytime, you know, as the market is getting moved along, I'm going to tell you guys like this. This is very true and accurate. You know, fundamentals, the bank, the world, they push the market all around. But in between that, you have all the retail traders. That's us, and we're basically just trading against each other. We're just trading against each other. You know, you have scalpers, you have intraday traders, you have all these people that are just basically trading against each other. That's why when you see these channels, right, low you buy, high you sell, low you buy, high you sell. That's what people do. Now, whenever you have a support and a trend intersect at one area, you know, that creates confluence. That creates more probability that the market is going to react at this point and bounce. So as you see here, we didn't technically get a trend bounce here at this thing, but if we did get a trend bounce, that would add to my confirmation. Okay, if I was in a channel, right? Because guys, harmonics are done 2 ways. Okay, you guys can see harmonics literally inside of channels right over here, right? If I show you guys quickly, you can literally see price swing from X to A, retrace, right? Create the B point, and then go ahead and create like a deep crab pattern right there. You know what I mean? You guys can see that a lot of the time. So I love to see harmonic patterns in channels. So sometimes you'll see a harmonic pattern doing this, and then it'll also be like at some type of it'll also be at some type of support or resistance level. Okay, so if you ever see that, you know, that gives me more confirmation. You see, this is at the high of the channel. We'll be at a support, and then you'll see the entry of the trade. So if I see this, that is giving me just like really great confluence and confirmation in the market. Okay, does it have to be there necessarily? Absolutely not. But if it is there, then guys, I'm telling you, the probability for that trade executing is a lot higher. Okay, but here we do have the harmonic pattern, and we do have the touch right here in our PRZ zone, right down here. Okay, now let's go back to our entry checklist. Okay. Next thing is obviously the deviation and the divergence, which I showed you guys. And also for those of you that use RSI, you can completely use RSI to see if the market is at an oversold or an overbought position. And as you see here, when this market turned around, not only did we have that divergence here, but we also had the market, it was in an oversold condition over here. So that means that we're going to be looking to take the market back up. Okay, this thing really just does some crazy stuff to me sometimes over here. Actually never had that happen, but okay. So the market was also in a oversold state. Okay, now some of the other things that I look for, okay, before we get to the advanced entry confirmation, and this is where we're going to be having fun on all of our future sessions. Okay, I'm just breaking down to you guys today how I use the scanner. Okay, now basically my triggers are looking for candlestick patterns. So I love to look for engulfing candlesticks, and I love to look for railroad patterns, basically down here where the market is going to go ahead and confirm. Okay, so if we look at this here, what did we see? What did we see right by this entry, guys? Look at this here. We see this beautiful engulfing candle. Guys, I'm telling you, with the right patience and just scanning the market, okay, it literally takes me, I don't know, 15 minutes a day to scan through the market to find the harmonic scanner trade and to line all this stuff up, and I'm ready to just jump into profits all day long. So look at this nice bullish engulfing candle right by our entry, right by our D point. Okay, you see how this candlestick completely overshadowed this former candlestick. So this is a trigger or a confirmation saying, hey, you know, the market is going to start uptrending right there. That's where a lot of the scalpers are going to come in, start giving that momentum, and start pushing that market up. Okay, so now before we get into the advanced analysis and things like that, what do? Okay, guys, we come here, we put on our Bollinger Bands, we have our MACDs, we make sure that our Bollinger Bands are nice and tight, Okay, we make sure that we have that nice deviation. Okay, we make sure price is sitting at a support or resistance level. Okay, we look for the pattern to complete with an opening candle going in our direction. Okay, preferably a candlestick pattern that we want to see. Okay, market can be oversold, and then what we do is now I go and I get into, this is where I have fun. This is where I'll go in and I'll really start to dissect the market on here. This is where I'm looking for fresh key zones. This is where I'm looking for fib levels. This is where I like to identify patterns, wedges, head and shoulders, W's, different things like that. This is where I like to look for trend breaks, and this is where I like to look for the market turnaround, guys. This right here, this advanced confirmation, this is, you have to know how to trade to do this. Okay, so doing all of this, this will give you these trades. This will help you get this trade into like an 80% probability, guys. I'm talking about when all this stuff lines up that we just went through, and you go through it, you can really see those trades taking off. Now, when you guys want to be an expert, and as you guys start going through these sessions with me here, I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of advanced entry confirmations. Okay, a lot of advanced entry confirmations, and I'm going to get into those right now. Okay, so quickly before I move into that, because I know we've been on here an hour, I'm going to ask you guys this. I'm going to move this over to TradingView. I am actually using Chrome here. Okay, so now what I'm about to do is I'm about to go ahead, I'm about to get into the advanced portion of this markup and show you why this was a good trade. So if you guys, can we talk about the phone notifications? Yes, I'll give you in just a second. If you guys want to stay on me, if you guys want to stay on this session with me for another hour and get through this advanced confirmation and really break this trade down, if you guys want to go through that with me, put a 1 in this chat box and let me know that you guys want to get into these advanced technicals. Let me know. Let me see if we have any real traders that wants to learn on here tonight. Where's our, some people writing out 1. Very good. Very good. Very good. All righty. Absolutely. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, are you guys getting educated so far? Do you guys like what you guys see? Absolutely fantastic. Keep dropping those 1s. All right, great. Great. All right, so let's move this out the way, and then let's go ahead and then let's dive into this market, okay? I'm going to show you guys how we're going to be catching pips every night with this scanner. Okay, so this was Euro NZD, okay? So let's come over here to the Euro NZD. Okay, perfect. Here we go on Euro NZD. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do, okay, because what I typically do is when I come over here, where's my, okay, when I come over here and I see this harmonic pattern, just because I don't like everything to refresh and things like that, I always copy the pattern right over here to my trading view. So I would highly suggest that you guys do the same thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right. Let's minimize this, and then we're about to have some fun. Love the step-by-step instructions. No problem. Glad you guys are learning on this section with us. I promise you guys, if you guys follow this, I've been using this for a long time, and I've been very profitable, guys. I am telling you, I've been very profitable. I wish I could send you a screenshot of the trades I'm in right now. Guys, this works. Okay, this works. My team been catching pips with me every night. We've been making money. And you guys are going to be making money on these sessions with us, okay? So don't forget to come back to these sessions. All right, let's get over here. All right, here we go. Euro NZD. So, all right, first thing that we want to do is we're gonna remark up these zones. Let's go ahead. Let's remark up these zones. Now that we're on here, okay, let's mark up the support and resistance zones that we see down here. Okay, that's the low. Let's copy this over to the high. Okay, boom. Okay, so here goes our trading zone. Right down there, right? Love, body, wick. That's a nice range. Okay, now let's draw up our harmonic pattern. Now this was a shark pattern, so let me just quickly show you guys about the sharks because on our future sessions, I'm not going to be breaking down all of this entry techniques. We're just going to be diving right into it. I'll create a nice recording for you guys, and then I'll post it or somewhere in IML Elites in a photo album where you guys can follow the step by step. And then we'll just come on here and then we'll just get into the good stuff over here. Okay, so this was a shark pattern. So let me come over here. Okay, so let's bring this out. And I just want to show you guys the harmonic, the shark pattern right over here. There's my trading view. Let's bring the trading view back up. Let's bring that up here. Okay. Here goes our bullish shark pattern. Okay, so let's remark this up. Let's make sure that this is the right pattern. So this is showing us that leg from X, right? The swing low to the swing high. This is the swing high. Okay. We have our nice retracement. Obviously, as we've seen here, we've seen this nice 618 retracement. That's great to show us a continuous uptrend. Now, what you normally want to see is you want to see this nice extension right over here to this 113 right over here. Okay, so from A to C, or if you use the fibs from A to B, we want to see that 113 extension. Okay, that's our point here. And then remember, we want to have a very definitive D point, where the D point got to be anywhere between the 886 to the 113, doing our shark pattern. And look at this perfectly. Look how this ended up being a very perfect shark pattern right over here. Okay, so if I show you guys the fibs real quick. Okay, so the shark pattern, it doesn't have a definitive B point. Okay, but this was a nice 618. Now you can put your A to your B down here. Okay, and you want to see the 113 level of your Fibonacci extension be hit right there. Okay, which it was. Now the next thing is that we want to do from B to C with fibs in reverse, and then we also want to see that 113 extension. This also gave us that 1618. So we have double confirmation right over here. Okay, so there we go. Now there goes our shark pattern. So let me go ahead. Let me get rid of this. Okay. Now, here are some additional things that I would look for. Let me show you guys here. Fresh key zones, right? Key zones are very, very important. Being at a support and resistance is one thing. This is a support or resistance, right? But if you look at the market, let's go to the 4 hour. This is also a notable zone, guys. This is also a notable key zone. Because look how price came up. You see how price came up and it gave us these little pullbacks, but as price came up, once we corrected, we came back into the zone. Once we came back into the zone here, guys, this was a very, very strong zone. Look, it retest, check and continue. Retest, check and continue. Right here, look at these. Look at this head and shoulders pattern that we've seen over here. Okay, so this ended up being a fresh key zone. So we have, how many bounces do we have on this key zone? Look, we have one bounce right here. Okay, we have our first bounce on this key zone. And then right over here, we're looking at the second bounce at this key zone. This is what I like to see. This is not just in a ranging market. We also have a fresh zone that we pushed into, and we have a second bounce on this zone. This is really, really good stuff that we want to see here. Now, why is that? That's because as you guys get into charting, we could look at this a million ways, but as this move ended up correcting up, we have hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we could even see 5 that goes back up to the high, right? There's a lot of potential for that to happen. Okay, there's a lot of potential for that to happen. Now, at the same time, this can also be considered a triple top pattern, where the market comes up, it comes down, it hits the top, it gives us that half a leg with that fifth wave up, and then we'll look for the break and the retest below. Now, is that possible? Absolutely. Why? because the shark pattern has a tendency to turn into what's known as a five drives pattern. So a lot of times you'll see, whoops, a lot of times you'll see this pattern come 50% of the way back up, okay? You'll see this come back up, break, retest, and come down. And then this will end up turning into what's known as a five drives pattern. Okay, so that's just a little harmonics 101, and then we'll go through that in the course. So we could be selling, a small correction back to the high, or we could be pushing all the way back up to the high. I'm more so looking at this being, a triple top here, just because we're at this high of this market. So if then mindset, we could be potentially taking this back down. But what we're doing right now is we're going to take this up to TP1 and catch our pips, because this is a valid trade. Okay, so just getting back into it, I like to see these fresh key zones when you're coming into these fresh key zones. Okay, now next thing is I like to look for a fib level. Let's see if we're at any specific fib levels. Now obviously we're here in a major, and I'm talking about we're in a major uptrend, so we might not see that 618 level that we want to see. But if I do my fibs from low to high, I'm at this 2-3 level. I'm more so looking for this to be at the 38.2 or the 618. Okay, you can see that happen a lot of the time. So I would like to see a fib level bouncing off of that. Currently don't see the fib level, but it's okay. We have our key level, so we have a check on that. Okay. Now, I also like, now once we're getting into these things, here's three more things, okay? We're looking for either a price pattern, we're looking for the market to turn around to create this price pattern, and more so, I'm looking for a trend break. That is my main thing. So let me get into the 15-minute here, and let me show you this. And this is everything, guys. This is everything right here. Check this out, okay? We have our harmonic pattern. Okay, we had our divergence. Look at this. Okay, put this trend line down there like that, and I'm looking for a trend break. Okay, there goes one trend. Okay, and then there goes the second trend, and that's why we're seeing this little correction, this little pullback, right? We're seeing that little resistance getting pushed back right over here. Okay, so every time that you guys see a harmonic patterns are what, right? They're reversal patterns. When the market is reversing, what do you need to see? You need to see the market breaking the trend. You need to see the market turn around, and that's what we want to see. We want to see the market turning around, okay? When the market is coming back down, okay, we're not in a rush, okay? But when the market is coming down, we want to see the market come back up, okay? Retest, give us this nice confirmation that the market is creating higher lows. That way we can keep taking the market higher and do that. That's what we want to do. We want to see this nice market turnaround, okay? And as the market is turning around, okay, as the market is turning around, you guys will see these nice trend breaks. Now look, what else do we have over here, okay? What do we have over here, guys? I see a nice W pattern. So look how all of this stuff pulls together over here. Okay? This is me identifying more patterns to confirm my trades. Okay? Look at here. We'll use this as the neckline. Created a low. Right? Gave us this push back up to this median. Gave us that second low. Came back up. Completed our W. Look at our W pattern right here in the market, okay? Look at our W pattern right there in the market. Do you guys see this W pattern? Do you guys see this W pattern right here holding these two lows? If you guys see that W pattern, guys, let me get a 1 in this chat box. Let me get a 1 in this chat box if you guys see this W pattern right here at the low, okay? Let me get a 1 in that chat box. Do you guys see that W? Very, very good. This is why it's important to know your price patterns, guys. Reversal price patterns, right? We have inverted head and shoulders. Okay, we have look triple bottoms. Okay, we have W bottoms. Okay, we have double bottoms over here, and then a lot of times we'll see a lot of falling wedges. Okay, so these are the price patterns that you guys want to get. These are the price patterns you guys want to look at because as the market is coming down, the market is going to give you these clues. Okay, now because of this crazy news that we had and the market correcting, obviously, the market's a little choppy and it looks funny. But a lot of the times when the market is getting set up, we'll see this W pattern. We'll see this inverted head and shoulder. We'll see a nice falling wedge in a channel, right? And what I meant by a channel, we didn't get to do it here because of the news. But let me show you guys this. I would normally just take my trend down, okay, and then I would bring it to the low like this. Obviously, I can't use the channel here because of the news broke out, but typically we'll see a nice channel coming down. And when we see that nice channel, we'll look for the entry to be at the low of the channel, which is also at the base of the support, and then we're looking to take this back up to the high. That's what I really, really, really love to see on these patterns. And when a lot of channels are being completed, what channels will normally do is channels will give you these little wedges right here in the market. The channel will give you these little wedges where you'll get breakout and retest scenarios like that. Okay, see, we didn't get much of a wedge here. We got a little bit of a baby wedge here, right? Look at this little baby wedge. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that was our breakout wave over here, right? This is not a valid wedge, but you'll see a lot of these things. So as you guys start working with me daily, you guys will see me doing this to confirm my analysis. So once you guys have all of this stuff tied up, you guys can go ahead and do this. So what am I expecting here? Well, what I'm expecting, right? Look at a few different things that happened over here. Okay, if you guys can figure out how to tie this together, look at these things that we had here. We had the W pattern, okay, that low. This second leg of this W pattern, this was also the break of this little trend. That was the break of this trend, showing us, hey, the market's breaking the trend. Now we're going to see a push to the high, and the market's going to keep going higher and higher and higher. Now, at any point in time, if we look at an ABDC correction, okay, we can see the market come here, push right back down to this baseline, right? Push right back down to this baseline, reject off this channel, come here, and then push back up to complete our second wave in the market, okay? We can see this happening over and over and over again in the market, okay? And then I will come over here, right? We'll draw up some fibs. What are we looking at? Look, we have a 50% level that it's holding, right? Price can hold that 50 level. It comes to that 618, and then it can come and reject back down to this base. If it does, this is where I would get into a second entry in the market. This down here was basically my first entry on the scanner, right? Now that price pushed away, okay, this price already made its move, okay? This already made its move. There goes that bullish engulfing. You see the pushback, but this already made its move. This is already up 50 pips in this trade. Now, if this market comes back down, gives us a retest down to this low, then I would potentially look for taking this market back up to the high, okay? Now, look at this here. Look, we also have basically like a little teacup forming right over here. You see all these different little price patterns. All these little price patterns, they serve a big thing in the market. Now let me show you guys this other trick I like to use on the with the Bollinger Bands, as I was explaining to you guys. Okay. Now I already have it set here as my snapback entries. Guys, this is a golden thing I love to do. If you guys want to get into really fast trades, when you're looking at your entry, and look here, remember, on the 1 hour, we seen that bullish engulfing pattern, right? That completed the second leg of that W from the 15 minutes. So this would have been our buy point right over here, okay? That would have been our buy stop, our buy point. That was also the second entry on our harmonic scanner. Let's look at it here, okay? Look at this here. Look at this here. See, we have the W. There goes the other entry point. So I want to see the market pull back down, and if the market pulls back down to this zone, okay, I'm going to ride this market back up. Okay, so if this market holds here, let me open this back up for you guys. Okay, if this market holds here, I'm going to do from swing low to swing high right over here, okay? Swing low to swing high in my fibs. Look at that teacup. Look at that W. There goes the baseline of the thing. Here goes the 618. Here goes the 50. Look at the 38.2. This is the top of the channel. If this market comes back down to here, to this entry zone, and I get rejection off of this, I'm going to take this trade back up high. Okay, that's how I get into multiple entries with my scanner. But a quick thing that I do over here just to show you is when I'm on the 1 hour, not only do I like to see the Bollinger Bands, but if I'm setting up for an entry, let me go ahead and erase all this fun stuff for you guys. Okay, when I'm here, this is my little secret. Okay, I'll come over here and I would look at I love the Bollinger Bands at the low on a 15-minute. I don't know why, but whenever there's a 1 hour confirmation and I come to the 15-minute and my Bollinger Band, okay, and my entry is at the low of my Bollinger Band, I love to get into the trade on the 15-minute when it's at my Bollinger Band. Look, as you see here, look at this. You see how price is at the high of the Bollinger Band? See how it's piercing? What is this showing you? This is showing you that price can snap back to this median line. Look at this. Look at how our 618 and our 50 is right near that median line. Okay, so we can see that little snapback. Okay, we can see this potentially see this little snapback right here where we want to get back in. And what is that going to do for us? Guys, that's going to start creating our uptrend in the market. There goes our uptrend in the market. That is the market turning around and giving us those higher highs, indicating that the market is going up. Okay, that's how you read this, because once you confirm that the pattern is good, it's good. Now you want to ride it up to take profit one. And when you ride up to take profit one, all you got to use is these small little technicals to give you more confirmation that you're riding the trade up, guys. This is literally, it could just be so easy. Now, not only do I check the 15-minute, okay, if the 15-minute is at the low of the bull, let's look here, for instance. Right, I'm at the 15-minute, I'm at the high, we're at the high of the channel. Okay, let's come into the 5 minutes. Look, at the 5-minute, I'm also at the high of the Bollinger Band. You see that? Now let's take a look at the 1 minute. Okay, the 1 minute is ranging a little bit. Okay, so I wouldn't want to do this, but look at here. When the market started reversing at this one little area, okay, when the market started reversing on this at that one little area, see how it was tied up in the Bollinger Bands? Let's go to the 5 minute. Okay. You can't even see that thing on the 5 minute. It's so tiny. Oh, there it goes up here. Okay. Let's yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just use this because this is where the market started reversing, coming down. You'll see here, look at this. This was at the Bollinger Band on the 5 minute. Let's check on the 15 minute. Okay. Now it's small. Now we can't see it. Now it's all the way up there. Okay, but this is if I'm looking for an entry, and I like to do this right here at the entry, right? If I'm looking to complete the second leg of this W to get in, if I'm trying to just do a nice just pullback entry up, and I'm on the 1 minute, I see the Bollinger Bands on the 1 hour pushing up. I see it on the 5 hour pushing up. I mean, guys, I am all over this thing. If I see it on the 4 hour, right? I'm technically not using the 4 hour, but look at what this 4 hour is indicating. It's showing us we're at the low of the band, and we could be pushing back up high, right, as well to that median line. Okay, so as our sessions progress, as our days progress, you know, we're gonna be going through this harmonic. We're gonna be going through these harmonic patterns. Okay, we're gonna be going through these checklists, and we're gonna be doing this day in and day out. Okay, and then look at TP1 right over here. So let me just show you guys how to ride this out before we end end off this session. Okay? So what I would do is I like to come over here on my trading view. Okay, let me delete all this other fun stuff for you over here. Okay, we had all this beautiful analysis going down over here. Okay. Now, just to manage where you're going to be taking this trade to, what I like to do is I'll get a vertical line right where the pattern completed. Okay, I'll get that nice vertical line. Now, anytime you're looking for the TPs, you basically just put your fibs from high to low, right? And then your TP1 is at the 38.2. Okay, this is how harmonics work. Your TP2 is at the 61.8. Okay, and then your TP3 is 100% of the pattern at your 100. Okay, so I would do that, and now I see my zone. So now I know where I want to take my trades to. Okay, so that's what I do all the time when I am going ahead and I'm doing this. So we have back at our base. There we go here. Okay, and we're looking right here to take it right here to this TP1. We don't need to take it to TP2. We don't need to take it to TP3. All we got to do is take it to TP1, collect our 20, our 50 pips, and be out in the market. That's all we got to do, guys. And that's what we're going to be doing every single night on the session. And as you see here, we're almost there at TP1. Okay, so if price rejects here and then retest this line, as I said, if price rejects here, retest this line, I'm going to be looking for another buying opportunity, and I'm going to be looking to basically take this back up to TP1 before I get another rejection. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, and if we had gotten to this trade together, that would have been a solid 50, 60 pips we would have been taking on this trade together. Okay, but tonight we're not going to be taking no trades. Tonight I just wanted to show you guys how I use the harmonic scanner. I wanted to give you guys my goodies. I want to give you guys my sauce. I want to go show you guys what's going on. Okay, and then what we're going to be doing in the future, as I said, in our harmonic trade room, what we're going to be doing in the future, guys, is we're going to be coming right into the market. We're going to be looking for setups. I'm going to be analyzing the market. It's going to be more of a live trading session where you guys can follow along with me and then get educated as time goes along. Okay, and that's what we're going to be doing. So guys, feel free to make sure that you come back on these sessions with me. Make sure that you guys come catch pips with us. Follow our harmonic trade plan. Welcome, guys, officially to the harmonic trade room. I am your host and your new harmonic scanner master educator, Manny Quinones. Now, before I end this session, if you guys absolutely love this session, if you guys are ready to get on here and catch some pips with us, can we put a buy limit? I'm not going to give you no trade setups, okay? I like to do market execution. If you guys are going to want to get on these sessions with me every single night, okay? If you guys want to get on me every single night, if you guys are excited to tell your teams about this, if you guys are excited to come and learn how to master these trades, guys, drop a 1 in that chat room. Let me know that you guys are going to be back on these sessions with us. Okay, guys, let's get you paid. Let's get IML paid. Let's get these customers paid. Let's continue to empower, to enrich. Let's educate these masses, guys. Let's do this really, really, really big. I'm loving the energy in that chat room. Now, if you guys can do one thing for me, I want you guys to go into your chat rooms, go into your team chat rooms, go into my team chat rooms. IML Elite, go to my Facebook page. Guys, this is me right here on Facebook, Manny Quinones. Okay, you guys can feel free to follow me on Facebook right over here. Guys, show me love. Let your teams know to get on our sessions. Guys, wow, look at this chat room blowing up. I am absolutely loving it. Guys, thank you so much. Wow, this thing is just absolutely blowing up over here. Okay, guys, just promote our sessions to your team. Help give me good ratings. Let's get on here. Let's catch these pips. We're going to end the session, and I'm going to see you guys on here tonight at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to catch these pips, and then what I'm going to do for you guys is from tonight into tomorrow, I'm going to set up a photo album in IML Elite called the Harmonic Trade Room. So as soon as you guys see that, be on the lookout for that. Okay, it's gonna get put up tomorrow afternoon around 12 o'clock. As soon as that thing gets put up, guys, go in there, tag your teams, tag yourselves, and then I'll give you guys all of my material. I'll give you guys the harmonic pattern cheat sheets. I'll give you guys the price pattern cheat sheets. I'll give you guys the candlestick cheat sheets. Okay, I'll give you guys my entry checklist. I'll give you guys my harmonic pit pen. I'll put all of my documents in there for you guys. That way we have it. We're all together. We're all on the same page, and we can grow. We can profit like a family. Yes, checklist. Everything will be in there. No, I don't have a Telegram group. Okay, so what I'm gonna need you guys to do is I'm gonna need you guys to just make sure that you guys are promoting this to your teams. Okay. Me and the other harmonic scanner master educators, we're coming together. We might create a Telegram group. You know, we're thinking about it. Nothing official yet, but if it is, you know, we'll release it to you guys. Okay. But in the meantime, we just need word of mouth. So go in those chat rooms, guys. Let your team know that you love this session. Let them know that we're killing it. Let them know to be on the next session. Promote for us again. Where do we look again at IML? You guys are going to go to IML Elite, okay, which is the IML Facebook group, to go ahead and get the cheat sheets, okay? And then what you guys can also do, don't forget, if you guys want to be able to follow along with me and do your own independent trading, okay, you guys can go on IML Academy, okay? You guys can check out the Technical Analysis entire course by Christopher Derrick, okay? Go to Intermediate 2. Watch the harmonics course, okay, and then go to the harmonics course and watch the entire course. That will teach you a lot about using the harmonic scanner, the entries, the patterns, and stuff like that. So that way, as you guys come here, you guys can follow along with me. All right, absolutely love you guys. Thank you so much for attending our session. No, I'm not going to give you guys no trades tonight just because this is our first session and it's already at 1:30. And if I start trading, I'll go into 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 o'clock in the morning. But in the future, guys, as we are, IML Elite Facebook group. IML Elite Facebook group. Okay? IML Elite Facebook group. Okay? Actually lost my train of thought there. But, check out these other things. Check out the other educators, the other harmonic scanner educators. And then, as now that you guys know what's going on, I'll also create a training. I'll create a private training breaking all of this down, and I'll also put that in IML Elite for you guys, so we don't have to constantly run through this entry checklist on every session. Okay, we'll do that. We'll start creating a very, very nice, tight harmonic scanner culture and community over here. It's going to be really, really fun. Okay, we're going to create a really good harmonic scanner culture. We're going to teach everybody how to become really, really profitable, guys. This is like a cheat sheet in the game. I'm telling you guys. But as we move forward, I'll just basically be dissecting the markets, and if trade opportunities are present, then you guys can follow along with me. Just remember, past performance does not guarantee any future returns, and you guys have to trade at your own risk. All right? So, with that being said, guys, I will see you on tomorrow's session. Thank you guys again for attending. Love and respect you guys. Again, this is Manny Quinones, and I will see you guys